Hi, everybody. What I want to present is some kind of a build tool which you can integrate in practice now to your actual Maven deployment workflows and so on. So that's me, Marvin. I'm working for Arvato Systems in Switzerland. I'm the team lead front-end development. And maybe you know me from one of the Yes apps, Datlink and Form to Database app, which are open source. The target audience, there are two target audience. For the front-end developers that are interested in light development or in faster development with sass files and all your grunt and gulp files. And the backend developers which are seeking for a solution which is handy for them to use. So first, a couple of questions. Who has ever used grunt or gulp in the context of Magnolia, maybe? Okay, I think 50%. So for the front-end people, it's task runner written in JavaScript based on NPM and Node.js. For the backend people, yeah, it's a kind of a build tool like Maven. And for the managers, yeah, if there are some managers here, it's improving your performance. Some questions to the sass and Magnolia integration. Who has ever worked with a sass module? There's a sass module. Only two. So for people that don't know what sass is, but I think sass is more known. It's a structure for your CSS. You can add methods, you can add variables. For the backend guys here, it makes your front-end people very happy, and the managers, you have more higher code quality, hopefully. Depends on the people they are working on. Who has ever used Bower? Okay, 50%. It's a dependency management based on JavaScript, as you know. And who's waiting for an easy-to-use solution into Magnolia to build this everything together? No one? Two? Three? Okay, the other ones, leave the room, please. So who we are? We are Arvato Systems. We are a big company. We are a subsidiary of Bertelsmann, the biggest publisher in Europe. We are more than over 3,000 people in 25 locations. I'm based in Zurich. Our headquarters in Gütersloh, Germany. In Switzerland, we are working for some clients that has Magnolia CMS and Hybris. Here are some clients. And the reason why we need a build server for front-end resources was there was a big pain. We have lots of massive CSS files, up to 2,000 lines of code, which are not very structured. It was bad to code, and some people would say complex code. And yeah, the backend developers, they always do something in the CSS file, but they have no clue what they are doing, but they do. And yeah, we try to figure out what the reasons are behind these problems, behind this pain. And we have searched a lot and find out that growing projects needs more structuring, and we find technologies like sass, less, or require.js to make this happen. And we also want a good solution for the source map stuff, to find things in the browser or in the CSS files. Yeah. And then we had a huge list what we want to do. I don't want to give any example here because there's a lot, you know this. And then we searched for a very good solution for us because actually it was not that easy to implement all this stuff in a working process and also in a good way to deploy all these things automatically without struggling. And yeah, we want a seamless integration for our dev environments, for Eclipse and IntelliJ, for the backend people who are not want to install any Node stuff. We're also searching for a solution which we can use with Magnolia CMS and with Hybris. And also we want things be faster, much easier, and more structured. So we use the Maven Frontend plugin. Who has ever heard of this plugin? 2. That's nice, because now it's getting awesome. With the Maven Frontend plugin, you have the possibility to add Node executions in your Maven build. So every time you want to start a build, you want to start your IDE to develop, this will run all the things in the Node modules and without any pain. I want to introduce how we set up this, because it's only 4 or 5 steps. You add the dependency to your Maven pon, then you define the plugin configuration. You need to add this working directory. This is the installation path, and also there should be a gulp file or something. Then you add the install task for Node, which will be only once installed if you have this on your machine. And then the installation is locally, not globally, so only in this project. Then you add the npm install task, which gets every dependencies from the npm repository. And then you can add what you want. You can add, like we do, a styles task to build the CSS or sass files, which this task is doing this small command line. It's pretty awesome to have more code for this stuff, but I think this is only once coded and then it's run automatically. And now I want to show you something in practice, so how it works. So maybe I switch. So I start here my Eclipse. I have it started, only start Eclipse, and then I have started the project, so the Tomcat. And now I have opened this styles sass file. And what I want to do is I want to change the background of this customer page from us from white to red. An easy task. I type break. And now you see the tasks are running here. So everything I've done was saving. And now I can go to my browser, click reload. Now the session is over, seems to be. Reload again. So, and you get the red background. You can do this with JavaScript, you can do this with many stuffs. All you need to do is write gulp task to install. And what is pretty awesome is that you can also use auto reload or browser sync. So if you have a setup like this, you can start this server, and you only need to do something like this, to type blue, instead of red. All I do is saving, and it's reloading the page in the background. And what you also get with browser sync is really a synchronization of these pages. So if I scroll here, it's scrolling as well. I should maybe reload here again. Always trouble with the cache. So the browsers are in sync. You can also switch to another page. So this is also possible with some kind of solution. What's happening? The conclusion. If there is no node installed locally on your project, it will install your node. Then it will build it if every time you Maven build is running. And yeah, the builded files will then written to a dir, which is defined as a resource directory. And if you start browser sync, it will reload then also the page. So we got everything what we need for this solution, with this solution. And we are really happy with it. We use it for every project. It is really fast. The only thing you need to do in your deployment process is Maven clean install. Then you get your WAR file with everything else inside. And then you can publish it. So that's it. But first, I want to say what's next, because I'm thinking a lot of people will miss something here. So I also talked with Toffer about some things, and we get this browser reload running, but it is not that good integrated. It could be better. And yeah, then I hope Magnolia will make more automated NPM tasks that you can run, for example, an automated NPM task for i18n properties, which merge all that stuff into one file. And yeah, in the end, what we need, because actually what you push into your jar files or into your JCR, this is the CSS file. And what would we really like is hotfixing sass files and not CSS files, for example. The same for JavaScript. If you minified everything, it's really hard to change something. But you can if you open your development environment and then copy-paste the whole thing. Yeah, that's my contact. Thank you.